Welcome, everybody, to Guys Got Jokes, and so do we, with your fabulous hosts, Joe and Betsy. So, we are here tonight with, we really don't know what we're going to talk about tonight, to tell you the truth, but we feel like as we get to the end of 2025, we were like, let's do like a season wrap up show. A season. So we hope that if you're still with us and you listen to this first season or you listen to it someday, I think the biggest thing is we started out like it seems like so many months ago, like just recording ourselves talking that I can't believe it's been so many months ago that we started. Because like we said, we recorded like what 5 episodes and didn't even publish them, and then we started publishing them, and then we were recording more. And I think it's been a blast with the Lord in general, like, just for us to have something to do every week for the last couple of weeks, huh?
Yeah, it's been a treat for sure. People have asked me, "So, how's the podcast going?" I'm like, "I don't really know, but I do know that it's been fun. We've enjoyed it. It's been ups and downs for sure, as always.
Loretta, you wanna be on a podcast, don't over there making
Um,
noise.
but even if this is all that is or whatever, it's already been more than we could ask, think, or imagine. And so, who are we? Like, it's so cool. It's been
I know.
fun.
It's been fun. And so, like, as we head into the holidays here, we're leaving tomorrow to go on a trip. We're gonna go see the Ark in Kentucky. So if y'all ain't heard of the Ark Encounter, it's like supposedly like this life size thing in Noah's Ark. So we're pretty excited about that. And we're getting to see Betsy's brother. So we're gonna spend some time with some family. And then obviously the Christmas holidays start coming in soon. And then, like, all I can think about is like the end of the year, which I know the end of the year is like hustle and bustle. But to me, I'm looking forward to the end of the year for like the slowness of everything starting to like slow down. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think that we are about to hopefully this last month that we have left of the year, we don't have that much left. Our schedules as far as our kids and personally are slowing down.
Yeah.
We've done 2 Friendsgiving and a birthday this weekend, so I
Yeah.
am a little tired, and those are great. Those are fun things. But we as a family, I feel like this is a time when we try to be more intentional to set our mind right going into the holidays and then into the new year. And so the kind of the same thing with this. This has been great and this has been fun. But in order to do that and be present with our people, we're going to pause for a second. And we hope everybody out there pauses for a second. And Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, we will be back in 2026 maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know. Praying through that right now.
And I think that's a good thing. Like, if anybody out there, not that we got that many listeners, but if we do, if there's anything like you guys want us to talk about, we are happy to try to talk about that. I mean, we're gonna let the Lord lead us, but if there's something like y'all are interested in, I'd love to get on this mic and spit about it. So, not that I know the answer or give good advice, but I'll tell you where we come from.
This week, I was in my journal and just kinda sitting still and slow, and I got these bracelets a couple of months ago. One was a retreat bracelet, and, like, you tap it, and it tells you a Bible verse. And then somebody else had one on the retreat, and I bought myself one, and you tap it, and it says a prayer. And the verse on one of them, one of the days, it was from Luke 15:7, and it says, "I tell you, there will be more joy in heaven over one sinner who repents than 99 righteous people who have no need for repentance." And it really prompted me to think, even with what we're doing, like, Lord, I pray I never get lost on numbers and realize that anybody who this comes across, they represent a person, they represent a soul. And how cool is it that there is joy for one person through all of heaven who maybe gets any type of inkling or truth that comes from anything we've said. It's not us, obviously. It's of the Lord. And so I think it's just been really special to hear from people. I don't think people know how encouraging it is not to tell us,
How awkward I may act when somebody tells me they listening to it.
but not necessarily anything about us. My favorite thing in this thing that we've been walking out is for people to say, "Hey, I listen, like, this is what I got out of it, and this is what pricked my heart towards the Lord," or this had me go open my Bible, or I started a discussion with a friend or my spouse,
Mhm.
or you really made me think about, this challenging situation in my life or whatever it is, like that is the biggest gift on us. Cause who are we that we would ever get to, intertwine and encounter so many people and do this? So I think sitting in that verse this week just made me realize, like, may I never get over the awe and wonder that in 2025, sitting right here in Monroe, Louisiana, this goes out, I don't even know where and to who and how in a way that is only something the Lord can do.
I know. Pretty neat, huh?
It is. I know
And
technology gets a bad rap, but like it is
it can
such
be used for good. You
it's
know,
like
you always got them folks, AI's taking over the world. Me and Betsy, we was talking, we was in class on Wednesday night, and they were saying something. I was like, well, like, I feel like in today's time, like, you really have to know what you believe because there's so much coming at you. But I also feel like the gospel is so highly accessible in today's time just due to technology. So, like, everything, it's like we talk about, everything the Lord gives us can be a blessing. It's when we do our own thing to it where it becomes not a blessing anymore. And I think that's important. But I think it's just really cool that we can sit here and talk on these mics and laugh with y'all and have a good time and like all that kind of stuff. And like somebody out there may listen to this and like you said, may prick their heart. And it just reminds me, like a lot of times, like when we're doing like ministry or we're doing anything, where like we're looking for instant gratification of results. Like that's what we want. We want instant. So like whether you're starting a life or whether you're doing anything for the Lord, you're like, counting, you're like, okay, this many people came today, or this many people were there, or like all this kind of stuff. And sometimes I think it is important to step back because we've been studying James in life group and just remember like your life is but a vapor. I think that says that in James what? That's James 4. We studied it today. I should know that. 14. It says you are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. And the Lord stays forever. And so while you're on this earth, do all you can for the Lord, but don't be thinking your kids gonna remember your name because they ain't. But it's like you do what the Lord has called you to do while you walk this earth. And hopefully he uses you to do something just for future generations. And I think that's just cool.
well, and when we started this, the whole point was for our kids, right?
Mhm.
To leave our VHS tape, which they don't even know what that is. But the crazy thing has been as we've done this is like they're very aware of what we're doing and us coming out here and recording at night or talking about, what we want to talk about, or even we've had like this week and Bailey at 8 o'clock needs a family tree, which we
I
could
just
talk.
want y'all to know Betsy threw a cracker at me the other day. Threw a cracker in
I
the
did.
kitchen at me. She
Yeah.
straight up threw a cracker at me. And then Leon sucked it up. But she definitely threw a cracker
Yeah,
at me.
times was hard in that moment. But I say all that to say, I'm talking, the chaos is still very real. Okay, we don't live in this world where it's like gumdrops and sugar plums. Like we trying to follow Jesus, but yeah,
Woo!
that was hard. But I say that to say, like, they're watching us, and so they have seen us not do anything perfect by any means, but they have seen us fail and then get back up, turn back to the Lord, turn back to each other, and still come out. So I hope that they see or have seen through this time that we've been with them and they know that we're doing this, like their mom and dad, like, here are, was it 5 loaves and 2 fish or 2 fish and 5 loaves? I can't even remember.
2 fish and 5
Like,
loaves.
we're still getting up and trying to do what we can for the Lord, even though we know that we're very much flawed, and I hope that helps them one day be like, "Hey, my parents weren't perfect, but, like, they went out guns a-blazing."
Mhm. It's like Lotta the other day, we was talking about, like, testimonies, and what'd she say? She's like, "I don't got a testimony." And I remember I was like, "Well, baby, I hope you don't get a hardcore one." You know what I'm saying?
Add
Like,
it to the prayer
what we
list.
say, "We hope the worst thing that happens is your cat dies one day,"
Yeah.
you know? Like, but I think that's important and, living it out. Like, sometimes to me, not to get off subject here or what we're doing, but sometimes living it out is easy in the public eye. It's harder, like, in front of your family because they know
Oh,
how you
yeah.
act when the doors are closed, you know? And so I think that's important, like, when you do something crazy, like throw a cracker at somebody, that you realize
I'm not even trying to defend myself. I'm not. I did it. I did. I did.
I done worse. But then, like, just, like, circle back around and be like, "Look, we sorry, we crazy every once in a while, and that's what happens." It's all about how you react to it too after, because you gonna mess up,
Mhm.
you know? But I think that's been the cool thing about this whole of us just talking to one another. It's just that our kids probably don't realize or even think this is special right now. They probably think we just sitting in a trailer just trying to get away from them, you know?
Which is
But
true.
I just hope it's a blessing one day the Lord will use it as a blessing for, I don't know, their kids and them and or stuff like that. Like, I just pray for that.
Well, and I hope that they can see don't put what you think following the Lord looks like in a box. This was not, like, I think we've talked about this before, something that was ever on our radar to pick up and do. But here we are, and God has been so kind and so good in this process. And so I pray that they see, like, Lord, what does get my motor running for you? Like, what does excite me? And
Mm,
whatever that is, they pursue that. And so I hope that they see that as a living, breathing example. If anything, them watching us do this has been a gift.
mhm.
It really has.
I think so too. So, like, that's the only thing we want to get on today, like, as we end this 2025. It's just remind everybody, just slow down a little bit over the holidays. Betsy and I were talking the other day, and we were talking about the story of Mary and Martha, and obviously how Jesus walked in the house. And we know, if you never heard that story, I don't know. It's in one of the Gospels. Is it? I don't know. Not somebody else can comment, fact check me. But obviously, Jesus walks in the house, and Mary is attending to Jesus, and Martha's attending to everything else.
Mhm.
Like, she's attending to cleaning the kitchen, cooking the meal, and like good old Mary over there, she just sitting at Jesus' feet, gonna wash his feet with her hair and that perfume. And to me, Betsy the other day, she was like, "You are the Martha."
You
I
are.
was like, "Well, I guess so." But it's just like it just reminds me of like enjoy the time you have with the Lord and slow down.
I know I got this new Aura ring,
Oh gosh,
and
it just knows
it just
everything
knows
about
it
you.
knows too much. And anyway, but the crazy thing is it has been telling me to slow down, which is something that, like, I have been feeling and
Mm,
know that I need to over the last couple weeks, but that ring has, like, confirmed it. Even today, it's like, "You're tired," and I was. And then I took a nap, and it's like, "You should feel better," and I did. And so learning to slow down doesn't mean, like, sitting on the couch with your feet propped up.
yeah,
Learning that slowing down is quality and intentional time with those I love. And here's the thing, those kids are in our house, but their life with us is a vapor, right? Those four are going to be gone and out the door before we can get to next week. Literally, they'll have their own lives. And then there's me and you. I got you.
you always got me. I tell Betsy all the time, she thinks she's leaving me. I'm packing a suitcase. I'm be like, "Where are we going? Because we going together. But if you got me, and you ain't leaving me with these 4 kids, because I can't afford child support to start with. Gosh, because you
Well, let
imagine
me tell you what, I
I be
have
living
you
in this trailer.
making it rain in your money. But what and so something that I've had a mentor come alongside me with this last week in the middle of the cracker episode, I texted her and was like, "You've been telling me to pray, Lord, have mercy, and it ain't working." And she was like, "Baby, just hang in there." And she also was like, "And tell them you're sorry. And like, you've got to prioritize your marriage." And like, didn't even like address the kid thing. And so I think me and you, not that our marriage hasn't not been first or out of order or anything, this time together has really pushed us together in a way that some of the other places we serve haven't. Meaning, for a while, my heart was like, Lord, you got me serving and with my kids and with these other women, but you don't have, I want what I have with them, with my husband. And I hear that a lot from women. They want the relationship they have around Christ with other women with their husband. And so this has just been a gift to, like, not that you have to do it this way by any means. This is just your style. It all tracks with something that the Lord would have you do if you know Joseph. But it has, like, pushed us to, like, really dial in and really seek the Lord and really be dependent on him. And so it's just been a really cool adventure that we're on.
Yeah, and what a blessing it has been as we come back from Friendsgiving that was put on by our little young adult life group. That they did everything. They hosted at their house. They brought the food. They did it. And it just I always tell them, I don't know if they get it, but just how proud I am of them. like to be young and married and following the Lord and trying to put their marriages first because that's those first couple years of marriage are hard.
Yeah, these
Like you
middle
are
years is really
combining,
hard.
like you are combining families, you popping out kids, like you got to make big boy decisions on how your family's going to look and what you're going to do, and it's a hard time in life, and it only gets man, I ain't trying to
Harder.
burst nobody's bubble, but it only gets harder as those kids get older, and even if you don't have kids, just like merging 2 families together. I don't think people explain how hard that is sometimes.
Yeah, it is a challenge for sure, and not that we have not done it well. We are not probably the best examples of merging 2 families together, but in all that to say God has been so kind and patient, and so to be able to pour back into others that are, like, a little bit farther behind us has been so cool, and the
Bless it.
biggest gift is to watch those you're walking alongside begin to rise up, meaning, like, you start to fade back, and they start to find their path and, like, lean in and trust the Lord, and it's like watching a little bird fly. It is the most rewarding thing. It reminds me that, like, God has got this, like, I'm not in control, He is doing everything, and so it's this little, moment where it's like, "Yeah, you just keep going in the places I have you and, like, watch me work through the people that are around you," and
Mm,
it is just it's a gift. It is such a gift,
it is a gift.
and I want that with my kids. We're not there.
100%. I don't know about y'all, but if you got kids, like, I always think about it all the time, like, they're gonna bring other people in to your family eventually one day, and you better be ready. Like, if you ain't praying about it right now, Imma tell you, you might wanna pull to the side of the road, or you might before you go to sleep tonight, you may just wanna pray that just start praying for your kid's future spouse. I mean, I or just their future in general, and because it's gonna get like that. But you want them to do that too. You want them to rise up, you know. We always tell our kids and they make fun of us all the time. We're like, you gotta know what you believe in. Like, I don't want you to believe in Jesus just because I believe in Jesus. Because if you get up and you say that, like, well, I believe in Jesus because my daddy believes in Jesus. I mean, that is a weak defense of the gospel. Like, why do you believe what you believe? Do you truly believe, and why do you believe what you believe? And that's an answer that I want them prepared to have, you
Mhm.
know? And I ain't coming up with it for them.
That's right.
So I'm not giving them a script. Like, they gonna have to figure it out. But anyway, I don't know. I think I just got off topic on all that. But bringing it back to, like, the slowness of the holidays, I just know the holidays can be extremely busy, and we put a lot of stress on ourselves, and we gotta get everything wrapped, and we gotta get everything taken care of, and then you throw money on top of that. In my opinion, it becomes even more stressful because Lord knows you can't buy a Christmas gift for less than $200 these days. And so, like, I just wanna get on here and just obviously thank everybody if you have listened to us and just remind you that what it's really about, what the holiday season is really about. And I think that we get that kind of confused. So I hope you use some slowness to grow closer to the Lord and realize why we do rejoice for Christmas.
No, we've been studying First and Second Peter on Wednesday nights, and it has been so, so good. And in the end of Second Peter, and we were talking about this verse before we turned on anything on, but it says, "With the Lord, a day is like 1,000 years, and 1,000 years like the day, like a day." Sorry, the Lord is not slow in keeping His promise, as some understand slowness. Instead, He is patient with you, not wanting anyone to perish, but everyone to come to repentance. And so that's such a verse that is so cool. It doesn't sound like Christmas, but to me, it has Christmas written all over it in what we're about to walk into as far as the season where we're remembering that God of the universe came as a baby and made his dwelling among us. And so, how cool is it that here we are in 2025 and we're still living that a day is like 1,000 years, 1,000 years like a day because the Lord is patient and he knows who's going to come to him and he is waiting for them. And how cool is it that we can enter in that? And so, this Christmas season, holiday season, we also get to rub up against people that we normally wouldn't,
Mm-mm.
whether that's family, whether that's friends, coworkers, and so it's a great opportunity to in the intentionality of slowing down to look for those, we call them divine appointments, those opportunities to have a conversation where I'm not scrolling on my phone, but I put my phone down and I'm present with the person, making eye contact who I'm talking to, really just kind of hear what's on their heart, but where the Lord will lead that. I think I personally, I don't want to generalize that everybody can miss those opportunities when my head's anywhere but here. And so, how good of God that He is so patient with us to get through this season and be like, hey, like, seriously, slow down.
And that's to be intentional to me is something I'm gonna be very vulnerable right now because I really try to do it really well, but I'm terrible at it. Like I am like you know I don't think I'm bad at a lot of things. Just kidding. Let me not. Pride. We literally talked about pride today. Like let me not. Let me not. But I'm intentionality is something like I feel like every year me and the Lord have a conversation at the beginning of the year. I'm like I'm gonna be more intentional this year because it inspires me. Like, when I see people that can literally, like, drop everything and be like, "Oh, you need to talk to me?" Or, "Oh, you need me right now?" Or, "Let me listen to what's going on in your life and let my mind not be a million places." And let me tell you what, if you are wired like that, like, I inspire like that because that is something I extremely struggle with. Like, it's to just sit in the moment with somebody, to talk to them, enjoy them, get to know about their relationship with the Lord in general. Like, I'm always that person that's like, "Okay, we got on the phone for, like, 5 minutes, like, it's time for me to roll out." You know? Or as Philip says, "If I answer, you got really lucky." Which, I mean, technically, I did call him back the other day, but which he says I didn't, but I did try. But that's my thing is, like, I think when you say that, that's so important. Like, let's be intentional, and that
Yeah,
is so hard.
somebody's intentional with you. How does that?
I know,
Yeah.
I love when I need somebody and they're intentional with me, but the other way around, sometimes I'm not as good at it. But I have really tried. Like, I really am. I I feel like I'm, making progress.
Well, that's to be determined, but there is hope
Yeah,
that it can get better
yeah.
for sure.
So,
Really just want to say thank you
yeah,
to anybody that ever this has come across their ears in the last couple of weeks. I pray that it has blessed you. I pray that has stirred your affections for the Lord. I pray that conversations have come. I really honestly pray that questions came. That's the biggest gift to hear. Like, hey, that really had me questioning or made me think, like, God, because Lord, we don't want you necessarily agreeing with everything we say. But
absolutely.
if it comes up against you or you have questions, like that's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
I love that.
So we just want to say thank you to everybody that has slowed down or driving in their car or working around the house or at work, working out, wherever you listen to this kind of stuff. Just thank you. Like, I don't think you understand how grateful we are and that it is not lost on us that there's a million other things you can turn on. And so to listen means
100%.
a lot. And also, too, I won't, and not trying to make it whatever, but truly, we pray for y'all. And I'm not saying that as a general, I don't know who half these people are, but like I said earlier, the Lord truly rejoices when somebody turns to Him. And the Lord has really pricked my heart. It's like, this, these are people,
Yeah,
and you need to take this seriously. And so just know that you are prayed for, that we may never meet or we may never see you, but it has been a blessing to come along in your life, whatever this looks like.
100%. I don't think I could have said it any better. So, we'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and we will see you in 2026. I hope you get what you asked for. If you don't, it was probably too expensive. And but just enjoy the holiday season. And again, I just cannot remind everybody, just slow down and enjoy. So, y'all pray for us this week as we go on this trip too, because we got to spend all these hours in this car with our children, and we're gonna try to be the light of Jesus somehow. But again, like we said, as we get off these mics, if there's anything that you would like us to discuss, just let us know. We love to have some ideas, and but obviously we'll follow Jesus' lead. But again, thank you, like Betsy said, and I hope everyone has a great week.